In a world where fame masks pain, one pop star's rise to glory hides a dark struggle.
You were screaming, "I see you." So, just what do you see?
Beyond the Lights unveils a gripping tale of love, pressure, and redemption that will leave you speechless.
Hey folks, Maya here. Heads up, there are spoilers ahead, so grab your snacks and let's dive into today's story.
The movie opens in South London, 1998, where a single mother, Macy Jean, takes her young daughter Noni to a hairdresser late at night. The hairdresser, Felicia, says they are closed for the night as it is her birthday, and she has plans with her beloved. Macy pleads with Felicia to fix Noni's hair in time for an upcoming talent show and begs her to provide the service. Felicia first asks Noni what song she is performing that night, and Noni tells her it's Nina Simone's Blackbird. Felicia then agrees and works on Noni's hair for the talent show. Several kids present their talents, but the most beautiful performance, known as She Sings Blackbird by Nina Simone, moves the judges and the audience to their feet. Noni earns the first runner-up trophy, behind a girl who performed with hula hoops. Noni is excited about her award, but Macy is not. She rudely calls her daughter off the stage and rushes her to their car. Back in the car, Noni is crying. Macy makes her throw the trophy to the ground, stating that she shouldn't settle for anything less than the top prize, meaning not to be a runner-up, but rather the first-place winner always. The scene then fast-forwards to years later when Noni is now an adult pop singer. Noni is an over-sexualized pop star who has achieved success for performing a song with rapper Kid Culprit, also known as Machine Gun Kelly. Their music video is a violation of the decent girl she once was, but Noni is now labeled erotic and plays the part. They also win the Billboard Music Award for Best Video, and Noni's debut album hasn't even been released. Her mother is still with her, now very proud, and acting as her manager, controlling every aspect of Noni's career. Following the show, Noni signs autographs for her fans, gets into her limo, and drinks champagne with those around her. Upon arriving at their hotel, Noni returns to her room, guarded by Officer Kaz Nickel. He took his friend's shift that night and is now on duty to protect the celebrity. Once Noni gets inside, she tells Kaz she doesn't want any visitors for a while. After some time, Macy comes to the room, only to find her daughter sitting on the balcony ready to throw herself off the 10th floor. Kaz rushes to her rescue and tries to talk to her, but it only urges her to jump. He swiftly offers her his hand, and she holds on. He tells her that he sees her, and that she doesn't have to do it. This makes her hesitate and helps save her. Once out of danger, Macy rushes to take Noni inside, telling her she is okay. But it's clear Noni is in shock, only paying attention to what this stranger saw in her. Officer Kaz's father, a well-known and well-liked captain named David Nickel, is called to the incident and meets with Macy to investigate further. He discusses with Macy and decides it's best to give a press release about the night's incident. Noni is now getting her clothes prepared. Despite how low she is feeling, Kaz's father approaches him to discuss Noni's feelings. However, he tells Kaz to lie and say Noni slipped and fell due to drunkenness at their celebratory award, rather than the truth of her attempting to end her life. Shortly after, a press conference is held following the incident. Noni and Macy pass it off as a drunken accident, with Kaz made to look like a hero cop. The press continues to hound Noni about whether it was a suicide attempt, but she refuses to comment. A paparazzo later approaches Kaz and offers him $20,000 to tell the whole story. For now, Kaz tells him he is trespassing and must leave. The next day, Kaz has also become famous, and paparazzi await him at his job. Meanwhile, Noni and Macy meet with record producer Liam King, who wants to push the release of Noni's album after talk of her attempting to end her life, as it won't sell with the target audience. Macy urges him to reconsider, citing an appearance at a music awards show. Liam says Noni must make herself look good, or the album may not happen. One night, Noni comes across Kaz, who has come to check on her, and asks if she's okay. She says she is, and apologizes for making him lie to the press. They both want to spend more time together, so Noni proposes they grab a bite at her favorite place. They drive off while Macy keeps calling for Noni to return once they escape the crowds. Noni takes him to an airport where they can enjoy their night peacefully. Kaz, however, tells her he has never been on an airplane and fears for his life. He also expresses concern about her and suggests she get professional help. Noni tells him she is doing all right now as they get to know one another. She finds the check from the paparazzo given to Kaz and accuses him of selling her out. Kaz denies telling the man anything, but she doesn't believe him and suggests he take her home. They drive in silence, and Noni arrives at her fancy cabin. They talk and make some peace, and Noni even approaches to kiss him. He leaves for the night, but it's clear things are just getting started. When he gets home, Kaz is met by his father. We realize Kaz is focused on his future career in the department and a potential career in politics, with his father as his mentor. Knowing Kaz was with Noni, his father advises him to be cautious about the people he associates with. The next day, Noni knocks on Kaz's door and asks him to be her guard. From there, he continues to accompany her to rehearsals or visits to sick people. He likes her, and she feels the same. One day, while Noni is at a photo shoot, the director asks her for naked shots, and Noni is uncomfortable. Her mother urges her to do it so her cover will look good. With no choice, Noni takes off her top and poses while everyone praises her body. Kaz, standing in the corner and witnessing the pressure, comforts her afterward, telling her how well she handles it. She says some days she breaks down, and some days she manages. She then shows him her favorite song, Nina Simone's Blackbird. He knows the song and asks why she doesn't write more like it. She reveals she has written verses and shows him a box full of her lyrics. Kaz is proud of her, and they share a lovely night. Kaz has a dinner to attend, so he must leave. Before he goes, he asks about her status with the rapper. She says they haven't broken up due to a publicity stunt, but her heart is with Kaz. Offended, Kaz leaves, even though she wants him more than the rapper. At the dinner party, Kaz is with well-recognized political figures. They challenge him with intellectual questions and mock his youth. But Kaz responds with respect and caution, showing maturity and knowledge in the field. Meanwhile, Noni parties erotically with her celebrity friends, but regrets it the next morning. She decides to visit her boyfriend, Kid Culprit, at his trailer to break it off. She ends the relationship, and he doesn't stress her out, agreeing to remain friends. Meanwhile, Kaz is called to respond to a domestic abuse claim. He and his partner arrest a man who hit his wife in front of their children. Kaz gives the woman his number in case of further trouble. Noni arrives on the scene and invites Kaz to join her. He agrees to avoid embarrassing her. Surprisingly, Noni changes his world by taking him on his first plane trip, a private plane with plans for both of them. Kaz is blindfolded, and they share intimate, sensual moments. Noni later takes Kaz to the BET Music Awards, declaring him her lover and boyfriend in front of the media. She prepares to perform, but Macy sneaks up on Kaz and tells him he isn't right for Noni. Despite her rudeness, Kaz makes his point and refuses to leave Noni alone with her. During the performance with Kid Culprit, he cuts into her spotlight and shoves her head into his crotch. He addresses the audience, claiming he broke up with her, causing her suicide attempt, and pulls off her jacket, exposing her body. Kaz goes on stage to stop this and takes her away. Kid calls her a derogatory name, and Kaz punches him to the audience's delight. After this humiliation, Noni breaks down, fed up with her lifestyle. Kaz takes her to a beach house for a while. There, she ditches her trademark purple and silver hair for a modest, natural hairstyle. They become more romantically involved and make love whenever they wish. At a beach bar and grill with a karaoke stage, Kaz serenades Noni, though he's a poor singer. Noni then performs Blackbird, with tears streaming down her cheeks, delivering an astonishing performance. The audience loves her and applauds non-stop. Someone records the performance and posts it on YouTube. The next day, their time at the bar is cut short when Macy arrives with paparazzi trailing her. Kaz leaves them to talk. Macy tells Noni the Blackbird video got over 40,000 hits on YouTube and mentions that Blackbird was the first song Noni sang as a child. Macy played it to drown out Noni's crying, but Noni sang along, revealing her talent. That's when Macy saw her daughter as a miracle to revive their lives. The two make up and decide to return to work. After Macy leaves, Kaz speaks with Noni, but upon hearing she's going back, he walks away, disappointed by her trust in her mother. Noni and Macy meet with Liam and the producers. The album is set for release, but Noni insists on adding a song she wrote herself, one that truly represents her. Macy supports her, threatening to back out if the producers refuse. Macy reveals a termination notice Liam claims was mistakenly sent to her fax machine. He apologizes and allows the song's use. Back home, Macy and Noni argue over Macy's control. Noni claims Macy used her talent to prove she wasn't a failure, prompting Macy to slap her. Immediately remorseful, Macy is fired by her daughter. Noni goes to Kaz, who is about to leave for an event with politicians. He apologizes, saying they can't be together, and they part amicably, knowing their lives are headed in different directions. Kaz then gets a call from the abused woman he helped, who is standing outside her home in fear. Her husband has a gun and shoots at Kaz, but Kaz takes him down and beats him repeatedly. Elsewhere, Noni has a televised interview where she admits she tried to take her life on that ledge. She explains she was letting go of the public Noni to become the Noni she wanted to be. The interviewer praises her bravery and wishes her luck. Meanwhile, with his father's encouragement, Kaz follows Noni to her concert in her hometown in the UK. He tells her he loves her, but she is pulled to the stage by an assistant. The fans cheer her on, and she performs her rendition of Blackbird. She then brings Kaz on stage, and they officially reveal their relationship. She tells him she loves him back and will do so forever. The movie concludes with their kiss and the crowd going wild for them. With that, the movie ends. So that's it. If you enjoyed this movie, share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out the recommended movie on your screen right now, watch it, and join Mahi's Movie Recaps.